For the past couple of years, all the talk around AI has been about hype, right? About potential. But that conversation is changing. Leaders aren't asking if they should use AI anymore. Now, it's all about how to get a real, measurable return on that investment. So we're going to dive into a brand new global report to see who is actually making money with AI, and more importantly, how they're pulling it off. Let's just kick things off with a huge number. According to the research, a staggering 88% of early adopters, the ones who jumped in first on a new kind of AI, are already seeing a positive return on their investment. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't some promise about the future. It's happening right now. So that number immediately begs the biggest questions, doesn't it? How on earth are they getting that ROI? What is it that separates these leaders from everyone else? And what can we learn from their playbook? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down. The real key to understanding all of this is a new idea called the agentic era. See, we're moving past AI that just helps us out, giving us information or suggestions. We are entering a new phase where AI can independently act and get things done on our behalf. So, what even is an AI agent? Well, the report defines it pretty simply. It's a system that takes the brainpower of an advanced AI model and gives it access to real-world tools. This is what allows it to take actual concrete actions for you, all while you're still in control. Think of it like an AI that can finally do things, not just talk about them. And this evolution is absolutely critical. Most of us are pretty familiar with level 1, things like chatbots or generating an image, but the real value, where those big returns are coming from, that starts happening at levels 2 and 3. This is where you get specialized agents that can coordinate with each other in really complex workflows to solve major business problems. And hey, this isn't just some abstract theory. As Fiona Tan, the CTO of Wayfair, says, this is about making existing processes way faster and delivering impact you can actually measure. The opportunities are there in every single business. It's just about finding them. Okay, so that's the big idea. But how does that actually translate to the bottom line? Let's look at the data, because the proof really is in the profits. This agentic shift is paying off in a big way. This is where you can really see the massive gap between the leaders and everyone else. The early adopters, they aren't just dabbling, they are going all in. I mean, just look at these numbers. They've deployed way more agents, they have more experience, and they are putting their money where their mouth is, spending a much bigger chunk of their IT budget on AI. And here is the payoff for that commitment. Now, a very respectable 74% of all organizations are seeing some ROI, which is great. But the early adopters, they have a clear lead at 88%. This just confirms it. A deeper, more strategic investment leads directly to better returns. Simple as that. Okay, so we've established that the early adopters are winning. The billion-dollar question is how? What's their playbook? Let's break down the core strategies that are really driving their success. If you remember just one number from all of this, make it this one. 78% of organizations that have comprehensive C-level sponsorship for their AI projects report seeing a return on investment. Leadership isn't just important, it's the absolute game changer. And that leadership means defining what success even looks like. As Eric Lambert from Trimble points out, ROI isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about strategic alignment. Is this AI actually making your people more efficient? Is it helping you hit your core business goals? Those are the questions to ask. The playbook also means they're sweating the small stuff. So when they're picking the technology to power all this, what do they care about most? You might think it's cost, right? Nope. Number one, by a long shot, is data privacy and security. And right behind that is how well the new tech will play with the systems they already have. All right, let's get even more specific. The report pinpoints 5 key areas where businesses are consistently, reliably seeing the biggest returns from all this AI agent technology. So where's the magic happening? Well, boosting internal productivity is the #1 win, which makes sense. But right on its heels is improving the customer experience. Together, those two are the heavy hitters. But business growth, marketing, and security are also huge areas where AI is making a real difference. Let's dig into those top 2 for a second. First up, customer experience. This is one of the most powerful and honestly intuitive ways to use AI. Agents are totally changing how companies talk to their customers. We're moving from slow, reactive support to instant, proactive problem solving.
Nick Manning from the Golden State Warriors just nails it here. The whole point is to solve customer problems instantly. It's not about replacing people. It's about killing those frustrating moments like waiting on hold forever for all the common issues. And next up is productivity, the one where a full 70% of companies are seeing value. And it's pretty easy to see why. AI agents are just perfect for taking over all those tedious, repetitive tasks, which frees up human employees to focus on the stuff that's more strategic, creative, and frankly, more valuable. And this points to something really cool. AI is becoming democratized. As Francis Baguetta from Globe Telecom explains, you don't have to be a coder anymore to build AI tools. With these new low-code platforms, the actual experts, the people in marketing or finance, can build their own little AI helpers to solve their own unique problems. So, we've covered the what and the why. Let's wrap it all up with a super clear, actionable checklist. This is basically the game plan, pulled straight from the strategies of the most successful early adopters for turning all that AI potential into actual ROI. The most important thing to remember is that success here isn't an accident. It's a strategy. First, you've got to find those C-suite champions to drive the vision. Then, start with the easy wins. Automate simple tasks for a quick, clear ROI. Build trust by getting your data in order and always keeping a human in the loop. Then, give your agents the tools they need to actually be useful, like access to your CRM. And finally, you got to invest in your own people with training and education.
And that brings us to the final thought. Let's make this personal. As these AI agents get smarter and more powerful, the possibilities really hit home. So just think about your own day-to-day work. What is the one task that if you could just automate it away forever, would have the single biggest impact on your job? The agentic era is officially here, and now it's time to figure out how you're going to use it.